everybody, today we're going to be talking about the principles of instrumentation.
Alright, so we have the mirror. As you can see, it's a mirror. We have the explorer. This is used to identify calculus. We have the probe. This is a sickle. You can tell it's a sickle because at the end it comes to a point. So this has a tip. And we have the curette. You can tell this is a curette because it has a toe. It's kind of rounded at the end. Alright, now we're going to be doing curette identification. The first one we have is the Gracie 1-2. The Gracie 1-2 is used only for anterior teeth. As you can see, there's no bends. It's straight. That's how you can identify that it's a Gracie 1-2. So now we have your 11-12 and 13-14. These are your posterior instruments, so they'll be used on your molars and premolars. So comparing the 11-12 to the 13-14, as you can tell, the 13-14 has more bends. That's meaning that it goes more distally. So the 13-14 is used on the distal of the tooth. 11-12 has less bends. That's just how you tell the difference between the two. But this one is used mesial on the buccal and lingual side. This is a universal. Looking at the bends, compared even to the 13-14, the bends are much deeper. What's unique about the universal is that you can use it anywhere in the mouth. That's why it's referred to as universal. Also, it has two working ends instead of just one working end, so you can adapt it to anywhere on the tooth. This is the handle. This is where you hold the instrument. This area from here to here, that's called the functional shank. It's what connects the working end to the handle. This area right here to here, this is the lower shank. It's how you choose the correct adaptation. And then this area right here is called the working end. This is where you'll find the blade. This is the face of the instrument. And then if you turn it around on the opposite side, this is the back. It's the rounded, non-cutting edge.
There are two lateral surfaces on each side of the instrument. The cutting edge of the instrument is where the lateral surface meets the face of the instrument. And as you can see, this side sits lower, and that's how we can identify the cutting edge.
The Gracie 1-2, since it's a curette, it has a toe. So all that means is that it's curved at the end. This is a sickle scaler. It has a tip. It has two working ends that come up to one point, and that's how you can tell it's a sickle. The S stands for scaler. The G stands for Gracie, which is a design name. 11-12 is the design number. And then right after the 11-12, you see the 9. That's the handle number. And I'm going to flip it around. And Hugh Freedy, that is going to be the manufacturer's name.
So I'm going to be going over the different kinds of instrument grasp. The first grasp I'm going to discuss is the palm grasp, which is how we hold our air and water syringe, which quite literally just means holding it in your palm. Alright, the next grasp I'm going to be demonstrating is the modified pen grasp. This is how we hold our hand instruments. So as far as my index and my thumb, they're resting on opposite of each other at or near the junction of the handle and the shank. My fingers are not touching, nor are they overlapping. I have my middle finger where one side of the finger pad rests lightly on the instrument shank. The other side of the finger pad rests lightly against the ring finger. Next, I'm going to be demonstrating the proper fulcrum. So as far as my ring finger, which is the fulcrum finger, it's not on the pad or the side, but it's laying on the tip of my finger to support the weight of the hand and my instrument. And then I have my little finger tucked as closely as possible to my ring finger. Next, we're going to be discussing instrumentation movements. The first one we're going to demonstrate is the rocking motion. This is basically an open door motion where we're still maintaining that modified pen grasp. I have a fulcrum, my arm is level with my wrist, and my finger is motionless. That pen grasp and just rocking back and forth. Next is the rolling handle, where we still have that modified pen grasp, and I'm basically going to roll the handle in between my fingertips, clockwise and counterclockwise, maintaining that grasp.
So this is the probe. It's used to measure pocket depths. With the probe, you do a walking stroke, so I'm going to demonstrate that now. You're going to be doing a bobbing up and down motion, making sure that you're walking your probe along that gum line and getting into the contacts. The Explorer, you're going to have an exploratory stroke, which is light and airy, and you also want to make sure that the lower shank of the instrument is parallel with the long axis of the tooth. You're going to face the end to the way that you're going, and then you're going to roll it in your finger.
The first thing you want to ensure is that your lower shank is adapted towards the long axis of the tooth. And then you're going to close your instrument over the tooth structure, ensuring that the blade faces the tooth and the non-cutting edge faces the gingiva. Then you're going to gently insert your instrument. Then after you insert, you're going to angulate and open up your instrument, your lower shank, and activate your instrument by applying lateral pressure.
Next, we're going to discuss the different kinds of strokes that we do to remove calculus. The first one is a vertical stroke. The next one is the horizontal stroke. And then the last one is the oblique stroke.
This is the sheath or the handpiece. This is what connects to the actual Cavitron unit. So you'll take your insert and you'll insert it into here.
This is 2 inserts. This insert is straight. As you can tell, it has no bends. And then this one is curved. You can tell there's a bend right here. So identifying parts of the insert, this is the ferromagnetic laminate nickel plate. This black band right here, it goes all the way around, is the O-ring. The blue greenish part is the grip.
This is the tip. It is the whole area of the metal part of the insert.
This is the point. This is the face of the tip. This is the back of the tip. Both sides are the lateral surfaces.